Wednesday. Picture what you would see when you're sitting outside, just relaxing and enjoying a nice, beautiful sunset with perfectly colored trees and perfect conditions. This is what God created for us to enjoy and to give us another good reason to thank Him. The first half of Ecclesiastes 3:11 says, "And He has made everything beautiful in its time." So something as beautiful as what you just pictured needs to be enjoyed, because it might not last as long as you want it to. Now, the second half of the question is, how can we take care of His creation, and why is it important that we do so? Now, the first thing I thought of is probably what a lot of other people would think: recycle, plant trees, pick up trash, etc. But I think this question is being oversimplified. I think God will take care of His creation. If we turn our problems over to Him and give Him complete control, He will take care of it, because He made the earth to show His glory. And His glory is so immeasurable, we cannot put it into words.
Hello, my name is Landon Calmer. I am his brother, and I'm also in 7th grade as Sam. So, people say that you're most likely miss the small things, which technically is true, but I say we're missing the most important thing. You might be thinking right now, hunger or global warming, which are big problems, but what I'm thinking of is much bigger. What I'm thinking of don't even compare to the examples. What I'm talking about is God's gifts to us. To get to the point, none of us would be here without God's gifts. First, God would have never given us the earth, and of course, no earth, no dust from the ground, then no human, then no female, because as said in Genesis 2:7, even if God did create us from the nothing, then we need this small thing called oxygen. But last I checked, that wasn't in space. So we need to cherish on what God gave us. So maybe you should make that trip to ADDWC. Now, global warming, as I said, is a big problem. Global warming comes from methane from landfills, mainly. Methane comes out of landfills into the atmosphere, keeping the heat inside the earth. And that has risen about 2 degrees since 1880. Now, 2 degrees might seem small, but 2 degrees to us would technically make us sick. So technically, the earth is perma-sick. So again, we need to take care of what we have, or in the future, living may be a bit unpleasant.
What does God's creation mean to me? God's creation is a never-ending cycle, such as when a deer eats some form of plant, it takes from God's creation. But when said deer passes, it gives back to it by fertilizing the land. We can see this in our life every day. Man takes from the earth by eating plants and vegetables, but then makes those vegetables widespread giving back. And man also eats animals, but those same said animals typically have a better life by not having to be scared of life in the wild. How can we take care of God's creation? God's creation is a one-of-a-kind thing. So what we can do to take care of it is by making it as similar as possible from when it started, by not allowing unnatural resources into the wild and making sure natural resources stay in the wild. Why is God's creation important? God's creation is the earth, the land, and every living creature and plant on it. If we do not take care of the planet, everything will start to perish. If the planet gets too too uncleaned, the water can start to kill plants, which said kills animals, which would bring down the downfall of all of humanity along with God's creation. So if we do not take care of the earth, the planet, and God's creations, then that will be a reality.
Hello, my name is Lesfria. I am in 5th grade. And what does God's creation mean to you? I believe that it is very important because we can't live without it. Without living plants and trees, we would not be able to survive. It's so beautiful in some places, but it's being destroyed in others. One of the times that I saw the most beautiful forms of nature that I've ever seen was when we went to Michigan for 3 days during the summer. We stayed at our family friend's house near a forest. On the first day, we went to see it, and I felt so calm and peaceful. The trees were evenly spaced, and there was a path running between them. It was so quiet, and we saw a lot of different animals as we walked. A way that our family is taking care of God's creation is that my mother has started another business last year, the Barn 3 Sustainable Christmas Tree Farm. Why is it sustainable, you ask? Well, the best part of the business is that the trees are not cut down. They are potted and still alive. We are trying our best to be even more sustainable, so we collected plastic bottles and caps and made them into ornaments for the trees as well. This is just one way that we're working to protect and enhance God's creation by ensuring it stays alive and well for future generations.
Hello, my name is Drake Arnold, and I am in 6th grade. And God's creation means so much to me, and how it is such a beautiful place to live in, and how we would not be alive if God did not create the earth. And I'm so glad that He did, so all of us could be here today. And we have such beautiful places here on earth where you can just relax and be calm. But the earth is slowly being destroyed by humans, and we need to keep the earth safe, not destroy it any more than it already is. And to keep the earth safe, we need to not litter and not pollute the earth and destroy the earth, and need to pick up any garbage and start recycling things like plastic and aluminum cans. You can also start using reusable things like water bottles and cups and straws. And you can also lower gas emissions into the atmosphere by carpooling to work if you have any friends that go to the same work place as you. And if you're just going a very short distance, you can just walk or ride a bike if you can. And why is it important to keep the earth safe? It is important to keep the earth safe so that we can keep the earth alive and as pristine as possible as long as possible. It's also important so that our generation and multiple more to come can live long and happy lives and stay safe. We also need to do this to keep the beauty of the earth, like rainforests, oceans, and lakes.
My name is Josie Cunningham. I'm in 6th grade, and here we go. What does God's creation mean to me? How can we take care of it? And why is it important that we do? A memory I have of caring for God's creation was a memory that I made in Michigan. My family lived in a small brick house on Main Street in Saginaw 4 years ago. We had a small backyard with a wooden fence around it. In our backyard, we planted a flower garden. I remember the flowers were very beautiful, and I do believe that there were bright pink ones. The plant I remember the most, though, was a small blueberry bush. When you opened the gate to enter the backyard, if you looked to the left, you would see the garden and the blueberry bush. I remember we would pick the blueberries, and I would always sneak a few into my mouth while my mom wasn't looking. They tasted very good. It is important that we take care of God's creation because God created us to take care of it. In the book of Genesis, God created human beings to help look after and care for the world. Genesis chapter 1, verse 26 says, "Then God said, 'Let us make humankind in our image, according to our likeness, and let them have stewardship over the fish of the sea, and over the birds of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the wild animals of the earth, and over every creeping thing that creeps upon the earth.'" This is part of what it means to be made in God's image. God wants for us to look after the beautiful world he made. Taking care of God's creation isn't very hard. Some ways are really simple, like reducing waste. You can also shut off all the lights in the room you are about to leave, or shut off the running water when you aren't using it. It's even as simple as using a reusable water bottle. You could also plant a vegetable or fruit garden. I think God's creation is beautiful, I think God's creation is wonderful, and I think God's creation is powerful. This is what I believe about God's creation. Look around you. That is God's creation. He created it, and I think it is wonderful.
Could everyone please stand as we're going to sing number 227 in the hymnal, "In the Garden"?
deep commitment to care for the hungry ones with whom you abide. Let us now receive our morning offering. Dear God, the world needs cultivation and care. We realize we are to act as the caretakers of this earth that you gave us. As we do your work in this world, you may bless our labor that helps grow and nurture others. Guide us to avoid those actions which hurt our environment and strengthen us to heal your creation. Accept our offerings as an expression of our deep thanks and our concern for those in need, including our fellow creatures on planet Earth. Amen.
May be seated. All are here. Welcome at this table. Please sing with us number hymn 420, I Come With Joy. On the night that he was betrayed, Jesus and his disciples gathered in the upper room, and Jesus took the bread. When he had given thanks, he broke it, saying, "This is my body, which is for you. Do this in remembrance of me." In the same way, after supper, he took the cup, saying, "This is my cup, the new covenant in my blood. Do this whenever you drink it in remembrance of me."
Let us pray. Lord, give us today our daily bread. Let us remember those who do not have bread for today. May we willingly share your generous provision with all who hunger and lack adequate nutrition in all our communities and across the globe. Lord, give us today our daily bread. Let us remember we are all part of God's worldwide community. May we work together to steward the world God has created, recognizing our responsibility as caretakers and neighbors, and joining in the celebration of God's good creation. Amen.
May the peace of Christ be with you. Offer God's love and peace to those around you.
Before Sam offers the benediction, I would just like to invite us to express our appreciation for our youth and for Grace and Hayden, our youth ministry interns, for this lovely service of worship.
May the Creator God be with you on this day and every day. Go in peace as you strive to be a steward of God's creation. Go in peace.
Amen.